Hi everyone, welcome back to another video with me, Adrienne Lee, the Wandering Art Historian. I love when we have time to just chat about art. Thanks for checking out the YouTube channel. Hopefully you're a subscriber. What will we be talking about today? Yes, that's right. A closer look at famous sculptures. I did warn you that we were going to be shaking things up a little bit and that I've picked some very unusual sculptures on purpose to challenge your perspective on art. So let's get to it. But before we do, please don't forget the Wandering Art Historian blog. All kinds of cool stuff over there with a new blog post every week. So definitely check it out and follow. Thank you. Ooh, yeah. This is a good one. You're you may be looking at this thinking, Adrian, you kind of made a mistake. You said we were talking about sculptures, and this looks like a bicycle wheel and a stool. Well, we're both right. We are talking about sculptures, and it is a bicycle wheel and a stool. Okay. Um, Do you want to take a guess as to the artist who created this particular artwork? Eh, you probably know. You probably know. Oh yeah, baby, Marcel Duchamp. As you all know, if you've been watching my videos for a while or you're a subscriber, then you know that Marcel Duchamp is my art historical crush. So yes, there have been other videos about this guy, French, lived 1887 to 1968, came from a family of creative people, highly intelligent, and an acclaimed chess player, which hopefully piques that little memory bank of yours to remind you that we have seen a couple of videos about Marcel Duchamp already. Remember we talked about one of his paintings that was kind of in a cubist style called The Chess Players, and we talked about what a brilliant chess player he was. And we talked about his artwork, The Fountain. Yes, remember, they're both in the Art Snacks series. So check those out. I wanted to bring him back because we mentioned something when we were talking about The Fountain. We mentioned Marcel Duchamp's Readymades. Do you remember that? Yeah. I want to revisit this concept of the ready-mades because in that video we kind of discussed the fact that it was art that was already made, wink wink, right? Okay, so let's discuss a little bit further. Marcel Duchamp was the kind of guy who was always thinking about very theoretical and philosophical concepts about art. And his big thing was who gets to decide what art is, okay? So to explore those ideas, he came up with a series of ready-mades. These were his sculptures that he put out into the world to really challenge people and think, who is the artist and what is art? So what we see are simple everyday objects become works of art if the artist so chooses. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. The idea that these objects are mass produced, that even something mundane that you use every single day can be elevated to the level of art, fine art, high art, seen in an art gallery, okay? And that multiples were made to replace discarded originals, kind of playing on that idea of mass production again, okay? Clearly this paves the way for things like pop art and what have you, but let's go a little theoretical, okay? So what's going on here? So this piece of artwork is titled Bicycle Wheel. Its original was created in 1913, but as we mentioned, multiples were made. What's super interesting about this is that Marcel Duchamp had a bicycle wheel in his art studio, and he said he would spin it every so often and just kind of watch it go around. And whenever he had visitors to his art studio, he would ask them, would you like to spin the bicycle wheel? And he said it was kind of mesmerizing and beautiful in its own way. In fact, he often compared it to watching a fire burn in a fireplace. That's not art, it's just fire. But the sound, the crackling, watching the flames was so beautiful, it could be elevated to the level of art. Okay, so what he's doing is he's really challenging us because he's like, is this art or is this a bicycle wheel and a stool? And in a sense, it's kind of all of those things. So if you think about it, it's not a bicycle wheel anymore because it's lost its original purpose, right? You can't stick it on to a bicycle if it's attached to a stool, right? Okay, and the stool has lost its original purpose because you can't sit on it with a bicycle wheel sticking out of it. So he's taken two disparate objects that are mass-produced, used for other things, practical things, everyday things, to make our lives easier. He's put them together and he's given them a new purpose. And he's saying, I have found the beauty of these individual objects and I have put them together to create a new, beautiful object, something that I admire. It's aesthetic, it's spin, for crying out loud. And that is the process of making art. I am the artist. I have taken these objects, I've given them new purpose, and their new purpose is to be art. That's really cool, isn't it? Because what is art for anyway? What's the purpose of art? Doesn't keep you warm, doesn't keep you fed, doesn't keep the elements away. Interesting. I like some of these quotes from Marcel Duchamp where he was really challenging us to get away from the idea of is it good taste or bad taste, or what are traditional concepts of aesthetics and beauty and taste. He's like, I don't want to talk about good art versus bad art. I want to talk about what is art. I love that. I love it. Listen to this quote. To see that wheel turning was very soothing, very comforting. I enjoyed looking at it just as I enjoy looking at the flames dancing in a fireplace. You see why? You see why he's my crush, right? I love it. Thank you so much. Oh, I so love our time together, talking about art, getting philosophical. Oh, it's my favorite thing. Don't forget to like, tell me your thoughts, share the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Ugh, I'm speechless. I love it. I love it. Come back for another video. My name is Adrienne Lee. You know me as the Wandering Art Historian. I'll see you next time. Bye.